Introducing Goodfinding by William G. Defoore, Ph.D. Narrated by William G. Defoore.
Goodfinding is optimizing your aptitude for health and happiness. So we might ask, why Goodfinding? What does that mean? Well, you've probably noticed that our busy little brains are always finding something. Sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the morning when we'd rather be sleeping. Our minds are thinking about various topics that we really can't address at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a busy mind. It's like a search engine that never stops. So we're always finding and focusing on something, and finding the good in yourself and the world around you builds a sense of optimism, hope, and trust, and finding the not so good builds a sense of pessimism, fear, and doubt. Now, I remember growing up, the first time I learned about the words optimism and pessimism, I thought, well, it's two sides of the same coin. It's no big deal. Take your pick. It is actually a very big deal, particularly because you're interested in health. As you will see, optimism optimizes your wellness. And likewise, excessive pessimism can impede your wellness. And I'm going to show you a lot of research to demonstrate that. So it's really not just two sides of the same coin. It's a very important health choice. We're going to talk about your mental diet. You pay a lot of attention to your physical diet here. We're going to talk about your mental diet. Not only what you're hearing and getting from the world around you, but what you're saying to yourself. I don't know if you've ever wondered, and I know that I have, being in my profession, wondered, why is there so much anxiety, anger, depression? Why aren't more people happy more of the time? Why is I just need a little peace of mind only the lyrics to a song, and not that many people really have peace of mind? Well, this is my theory about why we have more pessimism, for example, than optimism. We are natural problem solvers. We are built that way. Our brains are wired to do problem solving. It actually has survival value. If you leave this room on a break and you come back in and there are new handouts out and the water pitchers have been refilled, everything looks great except there are sparks and smoke coming out of one of the light fixtures, where is your attention going to go? You're going to be really excited about the new handouts? No. Your attention's going to go to the problem. Well, that's good. That's not a bad thing. But here's what happens. Our unconscious process, and again, this is my theory about why there is so much more pessimism, fear, doubt, insecurity than there is peace of mind, confidence, and courage. Our unconscious process is figure out what's wrong, get the problem solved. If it is a light fixture, sometimes that's fairly easy. Other problems not quite so easy. Figure out what's wrong, come up with a solution or a plan. By the way, regarding medical issues, is it always easy to figure out what's wrong? No. Sometimes it can take months, weeks, even years to come up with an accurate diagnosis. And then you got to come up with a treatment plan. And you may have as many different recommendations as you have healthcare professionals that you're consulting. So those two steps right there can take a very, very long time. That can be true of relationship problems. It can be true of financial problems, career problems. Not to mention, if you're concerned about global issues or political issues, those are huge. And figuring out what's wrong and coming up with a plan can take a very long time. And then, once you've got a plan, you want to implement it and get the problem solved. You probably have found that sometimes in the process of implementing the problem solving, you create or run into new problems. So what happens that I think steals our joy, drives up our anxiety, and creates depression and anger, frustration, irritation, is that we loop back through those three steps over and over again, thinking, I'll relax and be happy and celebrate and play when I get all of the problems solved. But it never happens, does it? So what we have to
Sample complete. Ready to continue?